everyone, welcome back to week 2 of our Pursue series small group material. We're so glad that you're joining us, and we really pray that this will be a fruitful time for you as you dig a little bit deeper.
So we started our Pursue series last week with Pursuing Jesus, and we're going to remind you again and again and again, because we don't want us to get hung up on the other things of our faith that could potentially become idols. But everything that we speak about over the next 5 weeks in our pursuit is ultimately a pursuit of Jesus.
They're all a means to the end of pursuing Jesus.
Yeah. So all the disciplines, everything we speak about is in order to focus us and to direct us more to who Jesus is in relationship, and not make the discipline itself the end means. So everything we speak about. And on Sunday I spoke about pursuing, what does it mean to pursue truth? Now ultimately, truth is the big battle that we fight as Christians, because what is truth is the question that Pilate asks Jesus just before he's about to be crucified, and he's standing before Pilate. And we know that ultimately Pilate is staring in the face of truth, because Jesus is standing right in front of him. But the battle comes right from Genesis. So it's actually the battle is clear throughout Scripture. Right from Genesis, when the serpent said to Adam and Eve, did God really say that? And that is the essence of truth, because he's questioning the essence of God in that moment. And we know that God has never lied, and God only speaks truth. So right through Scripture, truth is in the essence of what we believe, and the fight that goes on for the renewal and the transformation of our minds is ultimately the truth of who Jesus is.
I mean, we see that Genesis story playing out over and over again, where Adam and Eve are standing there and they make the decision at the end of the day to live according to their own wisdom, to decide their own truth, rather than accepting God's wisdom and God's truth. And the tree that they eat from is the tree of knowledge and of good and evil. So it's all about this pursuit of truth. And then we see it happen over and over again. People choose truth that they define for themselves rather than choosing godly wisdom, and tends not to work out that well.
Well, I mean, look at the world today. It's like, let your truth be your truth, my truth be my truth. And unfortunately, that, as nice as that sounds, it ends ultimately with the survival of the fittest, because when I stand on offend your truth, or you offend my truth, it becomes, well, who's going to win the battle between, is my truth the truth or your truth the truth?
Then might makes right.
And might ends up making right, and it becomes the survival of the fittest and the strongest. So it's never, and what, like I said on Sunday, basically the serpent smiles. Because he gets exactly what he wants, and that is the division of humanity, and we take ourselves out, at the end of the day. So ultimately truth, and that's the joy of truth as in the Scriptures, as in the Word of God, is because it gives us a platform, and it gives us boundaries, and it gives us the kind of framework to define truth. And, there's a lot of debate within it, and there's a lot of back and forth, and there's a lot of questions, and people struggle with things and wrestle with things, and we struggle and wrestle with things in the Scriptures. But at the end of the day, it gives us a framework to the pursuit of who Jesus is, and his heart, and his love for humanity, and his character that he then calls us to join him in. And that ultimately is the pursuit of truth, is who is Jesus, as we often say. And that's why we need to dig deeper into the truth and the Word, because it reveals more of who Jesus is.
Yeah. I think because it's such a fundamental question, Jesus addressed this very directly. And he said in John 14, I am the way and the truth and the life.
Yeah.
And so for me, the pursuit of truth is always, like we were saying, a pursuit of Jesus. He is the truth. And I have to make sure that I filter everything else in the world.
Even that piece of Scripture has been debated so much, So,
But I think it's, you have to filter everything through the reality and the truth of who Jesus really is.
So ultimately, at the end of the day, it boils down to what is truth for you? And are we going to root ourselves in the Word of God as truth, in the pursuit of who Jesus is, and his character and his love for humanity. But basically the word, is it God breathed for you, or is it not? And are you going to base your life on the word, as Jesus commands us to base ourselves on the word that David speaks in our Psalm 119, where he says, I will pursue your decrees and your laws, but with an upright heart. And that's the balance that we hold, but ultimately it's the pursuit of the truth. So where you stand with that?
In John 8, Jesus actually also says, you'll know the truth and the truth will set you free. So there is freedom that comes from knowing and living in and walking in the truth. And so how do we find that freedom? How do we really connect with Jesus in a way to discover truth, to be held by the truth, and then to live in the freedom that it brings us? So you're welcome to pause on the upcoming discussion questions, and we hope that this sparks some lively conversation and really gets you thinking.